I'll do my gold. So today, New York Knicks Coach Fizdale got fired by the Knicks, man, after their 4-18 start, I believe. And I got to shout out my homie Pap Johnson, comedian out here. He had the best tweet about this. He said the New York Knicks just fired their coach for being the coach of the New York Knicks. Like, that's exactly what just happened. They fired him for doing what was going to happen anyway. And it's like you literally have a team where the summer before you lose out on every free agent because the front office is just horrible. James Dolan is the worst owner in the NBA, I believe. And it might be in sports. Like, I'm serious. He might be worse than Jerry Jones. And you have a team where no free agent wants to come here. So literally you just sign 8 freaking power forwards over the summer. Like, what do you do? Like, they literally log jam at power forward. What is this? You got Dennis Smith Jr. that was showing a lot of promise, and then he comes to New York. You got him coming off the bench. What is this? I don't understand. And I blame the front office because I think Fizdale is a good coach. I really do. We were talking about this earlier. I think they're really pretty much doing the same thing they did to Mike Woodson. Like, they're giving good coaches bad rosters and literally no wiggle room to make a trade here and make a signing there. And how hard is it as a coach? Like, you even see this like in college football. Like, the schools put up the money and they improve the campus so coaches like Nick Saban can go recruit. So the coach at Oregon can go recruit and say like, look at this locker room. We got a barber shop and a jacuzzi in here. You make the place enticing so your coach can go get the best players. The Knicks front office have literally made a point to just be terrible at their jobs to where free agents don't want to come anywhere near this franchise. I mean, they ran Melo out. And so, like, nobody wants to be a New York Knick. And they're literally this franchise that makes so much money, and they're so popular. They're literally the Dallas Cowboys without the prior success. At least the Cowboys won Super Bowls in the 90s that you can talk about. Barely anybody that was a Knicks fan when they won the NBA Finals in the 70s is even alive. I think Woody Allen is the one Knicks fan that was alive when they won those damn championships, and he can't even be allowed around a high school right now. So it doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? And so the Knicks, like, you're horrible. I'm upset about Fizdale's firing because I think he could have been the guy to maybe even lure a free agent come this summer, and now they just lost that. Now you have a franchise that looks like chickens running without a head, and what free agent wants to join that this summer is like, yo, y'all don't even have your stuff together. Why would I come here and sign a max contract while I'll be here for 3 to 4 years, and now I'm just about to be a part of just another season that's going to tank?
It's just the Knicks are hilarious because they look at a symptom, which is losing, and then they always fire a coach or a GM because of losing. But they don't ever look at what is causing the symptoms. What's the root cause of this illness you have? And that's James Dolan. Like, let's just do a logical...
He's terrible.
Let's just do a logic experiment right now. You're the owner of a franchise. And for the entire tenure of your ownership, you have never, according to you, hired the right person for the job. And either the coach or the GM. So if you have never hired the right person over decades in multiple positions, then we should fire you.
Sell the
because
team, bro.
Clearly you are the common denominator that is constantly ruining the Knicks. And, they have the best stadium. They have the most passionate fans. And yet you are not getting anything. Clearly you are the issue, and until they get through to that, it's just like Daniel Snyder and the Redskins.
Yeah.
And it was just like what the Clippers were with what was the racist guy's name?
Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling. Just like the Clippers were with Sterling, they had to get rid of him before anything positive could happen. Yeah. And that's because when you are corrupt from the top, it just trickles down. And so there's nothing Phil Jackson or Mike Woodson or David Fizdale can do because you are corrupt from the root.
I think the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and hoping for a different result. And that's exactly what the New York Knicks organization is right now. It's insane. Personally, I think David Fizdale, that was a blessing because now he's going to get to coach a good team. Hopefully, maybe catch on as an assistant.
Yeah.
I'd love for him to come to Chicago and be the coach of the Bulls because I think he's a good coach, a good teacher. Anybody who has ties with LeBron, I think that can only be a benefit for you
Right.
as a coach. The Knicks are a poor organization. They're poorly run. I think they brought in some decent people. I think David Fizdale was a great hire. The problem is the ownership group and the front office, everything's always the same. And you can't keep doing these full-fledged sweeps of the organization when you wake up the next morning and you have the same owner making all the decisions. And the biggest thing for me when I look at the Knicks is the problem and the reason he'll never sell the team, in my opinion, is because every night you're going to go to the Garden and it's going to be sold out. And there are going to be people buying popcorn and beer and Coke and hot dogs and all this stuff. And he's going to look at the bottom line and say, you know what? Our team is terrible, but they had a lot of money this year. We didn't have to pay Kevin Durant $35 million a year. I just gave Julius Randle and one of the Morris brothers, I don't even know which one, and Taj
It don't matter.
the money, and we did okay. So I think as a Knicks fan, I feel sorry for the New York Knicks fans that have been Knicks fans their whole life.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to, if you're a fan, what can you do to send a message to ownership? Stop going to games. Stop putting money in an owner's pocket who won't put a good product on the court every night. If you look at the Chicago Bulls right now, the Bulls haven't been great since, that Derrick Rose era, that Tom Thibodeau era. And for a long time, the Bulls were number one in attendance. So no changes were made. Right now, I think they're like 7th or 8th in attendance and 21st in capacity, which means people aren't going to the games for the first time in a long time. And the United Center has been one of the places that have been sold out since the Jordan era. So I think people are recognizing, hey, if I want ownership to make a change, in the Bulls case with the front office, I have to stop going. I'm not going to put money in the Bulls' pockets and say, hey, here's my 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Sometimes when people on the floor seats, thousands of dollars to watch bad basketball and players who aren't well coached and an organization that don't know how to put people in a position to have a successful organization. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. No, I totally agree because the Knicks are one of the most valuable franchises in the world behind the Cowboys, Arsenal, FC Barcelona, and the Lakers. And so they're still so valuable, even though they've been so bad because it's such a big brand and they're in such a big market, like we talked about earlier. And so it's honestly like Knicks fans, y'all's best bet. Y'all got a Montgomery bus boycott these guys, man. Y'all just gotta stop going. Y'all gotta find something else to do. There's some good spots to get some pizza. Go do that. And I just want to say one more thing about this Coach Fizdale firing, man. Coach Fizdale, I feel bad for you, man. The Knicks, they're terrible. I liken this situation a lot to my dating life. You just got to give him some more time, all right? He got potential. He could have turned it around. You just got to give him more time. Yeah, he broke. He got some things he need to work on emotionally, but he can get the job done if you just give him a little more time. They didn't give him enough time, and I feel your pain, Coach Fizdale. I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you. If you need a call, I'm right here, man. I'm going through the same thing. I got you.
You need to get rid of the James Dolan in your life too, Niles, okay?
Right.
We all have a James Dolan in our lives that we need to get rid of, okay?
Whatever. What's your goal, Eric?
His James Dolan's probably hot.